All right. Put that right there. All right. TGIF Friday, baby. And we're here. It's Friday. We got Bob here. We got Bob ready to smoke here. This is fresh and funky. It's gonna be a short little sports. Yeah, obviously there's not very many college basketball games going on tonight. About 13 of them to be exact. 7 NBA games. Pretty small slate. The big news is the big news has been obviously the NBA trades. I mean, most people didn't think Harden and Simmons were going to trade places or just the movie Trading Places. Obviously, those of you that don't know have never seen that movie. It's an older movie. Definitely go check it out. Go watch it. You can probably watch it here on YouTube if you know. But anyhow, I was digressing a little bit. But yeah, James Harden is now a Philadelphia 76er, and Ben Simmons, along with Seth Curry, is a Brooklyn Nets. So that definitely was a win trade right there. I mean, for the most part, that was really the big blockbuster move. Besides I think the Hornets won and they got Montrezl Harrell, and they didn't really have to give up very much. Ish Smith and Vernon Carey. I mean, I think the Jazz won as far as getting Nicole Alexander Walker. That was another good, shooting guard, small forward piece to go with the already, players they already have there that they're building there. I think Portland did a good job as far as getting rid of, you know, cap damages and stuff like that, and try to build towards the future. I think the Kings, I think the Pacers definitely helped each other out. You know, I think the Pacers, trying to get, they're trying to get some of those players that maybe they just trying to start all over again. Um, some teams that didn't do anything, Lakers. I mean, there was a trade on the table for John Wall, but why are you going to give up a first round pick for John Wall? I'm sorry, John Wall is a wash. And Russell Russell Westbrook, for the most part, he is not doing himself any services or anything to help himself out, or just maybe just bad. I mean, obviously it takes time sometimes for new guys and new places to kind of get accoladed and accumulated with the team and stuff like that. So I don't know. I mean, but at this point, the Lakers are, so now it's either, guys are going to get bought out, like, Gordon Dragic, obviously, Enos Freedom, guys of that nature, these might be getting bought out where, you thought, well, man, this guy's getting bought out. Well, definitely going to have to see about that. And well, the big news is, obviously Super Bowl. We have the Super Bowl coming up here on Sunday, 3:30 West Coast time. 6:30 for y'all out there on the East Coast. I know y'all probably envious of us out here on the West Coast here. We got beautiful 70 plus degree weather. It's basically like almost like it's kind of almost like summertime. It's like we had a winter and it was just rainy and a little bit cold here and there. But then all of a sudden now we're getting the springtime weather already. It's like fuck it. Which I mean bodes well, but not well because when people get sick. But see, I'm not giving out no medical information. Please, just want that to be. I'm not here to give out any medical information, advice. Just like betting, when I give out my bets, this is not entitlement for you to go out there and bet. This is only just for me. My purpose is to let people know, hey, I want people to bet responsibly. People should be living responsibly and doing the right things and doing. And when you're not, you should be trying to do the right things. I mean, why continue doing things that don't work? I mean, that's you wonder why kind of in the boat you're in is you're kind of constantly going in the same direction and wonder why there's no change. I don't know, man. I don't know. Hey. I ain't here to be your spiritual guidance. I ain't here to be your just a man trying to live and try to live, try to live, enjoy sports, enjoy life, and that's what I do. Come up on here, do my sports talk, give my little bit, of, whatever spiel or shit like that. Get up on here, do some freestyles, whatever. But this is what I do. I don't, whatever the fuck you do, you do. If I subscribe to it, then I subscribe to it. But it doesn't mean I'm co-signing your shit. It doesn't mean that I expect people to co-sign my shit either. So that's why I do my thing here because I speak. And a lot of people say, well, maybe you should take it to a different platform. You might get more better audience than just. Well, I'm just a different type of person, and I'm like, I like to say how I feel sometimes, and whether it rubs people the right or wrong way, man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Gotta get out your fucking feelings sometimes, and I think that's hard to do. As a human person, as a human being, I don't give a fuck what you identify yourself as. You're a human being. But we all have a hard time of sometimes getting being stuck in our emotions too much, or we just invest a lot of this shit, and then wonder why we in the shit that we's in. But like I said, nobody cares about that. Nobody's here for life advice. It's only here for the sports, right? We're only here to hear, you know. So today we'll run down the slate here. NBA here. We got NBA starting at 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock West Coast time, 7 Eastern time. We have the Charlotte Hornets and the Detroit Pistons. We have the Cleveland Cavaliers, Indiana Pacers. We have the Oklahoma City Thunder and Philadelphia 76ers. Do we see James Harden tonight? Who knows? 4:30, 7:30 Eastern. Denver Nuggets versus Boston Celtics. San Antonio Spurs at Atlanta Hawks. 5 p.m., 8 Eastern. Chicago Bulls at home taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves. And Mountain Utah time, 6 o'clock, more like, you know, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock East Coast time. We have the Orlando Magic and Utah Jazz. So we only have 7 NBA games tonight. College basketball here. We have 14 games starting off at the 7 o'clock Eastern hour. We have number 24 UConn taking on number 25 Xavier. We have Detroit University, Detroit University taking on Youngstown State. We got Kent State taking on Akron. We have Monmouth taking on Manhattan. We have Oakland of Michigan taking on Robert Morris. We have Rider taking on St. Peter's. We have Wright State taking on Wisconsin Milwaukee. And then at 5 West Coast, 8 o'clock Eastern, we have Northern Kentucky, Wisconsin, Green Bay. At 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 p.m. West Coast time, we have Iona taking on Siena. We have at the same time, we have Nevada taking on Utah State. We have St. Bonaventure taking on St. Louis. And at 6:30, 9:30 Eastern time, we have Fresno State and Colorado State. 8 o'clock, the late game here. We have UNLV and Boise State. So that is your slate here for the and we only have 4 games in the NHL tonight. Winnipeg Jets, Dallas Stars, New York Islanders, Edmonton Oilers, Tampa Bay Lightning, Arizona Coyotes, Seattle Kraken, and the Anaheim Mighty Ducks. So those are your games. Those are your games, folks. Those are your games, folks. And so we're gonna get to some we're gonna get to what happened yesterday here, as far as my bets yesterday here. All right, I'll rerun down them, and then I'll tell you how I did. Okay, we did a 9-team parlay. We took Hofstra money line. We took VMI minus the 3.5. We had the over 122 in Central Connecticut and Merrimack. We had the over 121.5 in Indiana PIU and IPFW. I had Stephen F. Austin minus the 12.5 on the spread. I had Grand Canyon money line. We had Pacific plus 32. We had the over 122.5 in Cal Riverside and Cal Irvine. And we had Morehead State plus 9 on the spread. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Hofstra cashed for us. VMI cashed for us. Central Connecticut and Merrimack did not go over. Then we had Indiana PIU, they went over. Stephen F. Austin covered theirs. Grand Canyon won the money line. Pacific didn't cover theirs. They lost by 39 instead of 32. Then we had Cal, Riverside, and Irvine didn't go over. And then we had Morehead State. They ended up losing by 1. So we had 6. We won 6 games and we lost 3 of them. So as a whole parlay, we lost. But if we bet all 9 of those games straight up, we would have won 6 of them and only lost 3. So not too bad, not too shabby. I'd say I'm having a better week this week than I did last week. NBA, me and my sister, we went into a collaboration. We picked the Grizzlies money line. We had the Nets money line. We had the Pelicans money line. We had the Raptors minus 7. We had the over 215 in the Clippers and Mavs. We had the Suns minus the 3. And we took the under 217 in the Knicks and Warriors. Well, Grizzlies covered. They whooped that ass. Nets did not cover the money line. Neither did the Pelicans. Raptors whooped that ass. The Clippers and Mavs went over. The Suns won, and the over went in the Knicks game. So we went 4-3 collectively, me and my sister. So we did all right. So, but tonight I'll run down my parlays and I'll let you know my sister's parlay. She'll probably be doing with me tomorrow. We're gonna probably do a special. I usually don't do Saturday shows, but we're gonna do one just because it's the Super Bowl, and then we got a bunch of college basketball, and we got some NBA tomorrow, so we'll get into that. So those of you wondering, is my sister off the show? And sometimes she's got other things she's got to do, and so it's just me doing the show. And then when she has the time and she wants to join in, it'd be awesome. And once we get it, we're gonna have multiple people here, to come online and have guest appearances and people just to give their insight on the day of sports, or just where they want to go, where they want to take it sometimes. All right, so tonight here, I'm taking a 6-team college parlay. And we're taking Akron minus 2.5 on the spread. So Akron's got to win by 3. We're taking Rider plus 7.5. Usually I take St. Peter's, but somebody was telling me, they said they had a hunch. So I'm gonna go on a limb here. Usually I don't go bet against my St. Peter's bet, and I don't really normally bet these two teams, but I took the under 129 points in the Northern Kentucky and Wisconsin Green Bay. I took Mammoth minus 5. I took Youngstown State minus the 1.5, so they got to win by 2. And I took Colorado State minus 6. So if those 6 teams cover their end of the deal, the parlay, then I will add $1. I always bet these dollar parlays are fun to do, whether I win or lose them. It's fun to just do them. So if I win, if all 6 teams cover, I will make, out of $1, I'll make $48.58. So best of luck to me and those that are out there betting. All right, NBA. Me and my sister again. We went to combine together. We combined forces together. and we will be like, better than Captain Planet. Fuck Ted Turner too. You don't get me started on these ass hats like Howard Stern and Ted Turner. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Kiss my ass. All right, NBA here, NBA party. See, I'll get off and I start talking shit about those people, and I don't give a fuck. I'm a nobody, and they're nobodies in my eyes. Just people that are scumbags that have a title because, oh wow, yeah. Do your research on those type people. Yeah, those cats. See how ethically these people are. That their code of conduct before they start chapping at everybody else. We're taking Hornets -7 tonight on the spread. We're taking Cavaliers -6 on the spread. We're taking the over 206 in the Thunder and the Philadelphia 76ers. We're taking the Celtics -6. We're taking the under 233 in the Spurs and Hawks. And we're also taking the under 241 in the T-Wolves and the Bulls game. And then we're taking Jazz money line. And so if all 7 of those teams are able to cover their legs of this parlay at a dollar, we'll make 51 out of that dollar. We'll turn it into $51.53. So, but uh, as far as my sister's parlay goes in college, it it goes as such. My sister did a 10-team parlay. Yep, she did a 10-team parlay. She took Connecticut plus the 1. She took Detroit on the money line. Detroit U on the money line. She took St. Louis -5.5. She took Oakland on the money line. She took St. Peter's on the money line. She took Siena money line. That's plus 335. She took Boise State money line, Utah State money line, Wright State money line, and Northern Kentucky money line. And if all 10 of those teams cover their prospective parlay bets, my sister will, out of a dollar, will make $132.69 out of a dollar on 10-team leagues. So, best of luck for all of us out here on the gambling and the gambling scene. And, as far as me and my sister, we bet based on our gut. There's no, there's no like, hey, I got an algorithm out here and I'm trying to, tell people this is the way to bet. Oh, I try to look at, numbers, how they look to me, what I feel is what I feel comfortable putting my money at. Do I feel comfortable putting money on the spread, money line, or the over under? Or do I just don't fucking put my money on any of the fucking, that's how you got to decipher it here. Complete TV, let's go! Hell yeah, baby. We're just chilling, man. We're just doing a little bit short one today. Tomorrow will be a lot longer, talk about the Super Bowl and shit like that. So tonight was just me just talking for a little bit here. Plus, I got to watch because we got some fucking, what do you call them, transient people living outside in their little shanties. They take refuge and shelter in. But it makes it look like fucking, we got, we have, kids and parents and shit. And, but you got all these types of, these types of cats running around. So, yeah. With that being said, hey, man, I know it's, only minutes today and just like getting up on here and just, want to get up on here and just, you know, say my parlays. I mean, obviously, there's only 7 games in the NBA. There's only like 13, in college, No, I mean, oh shit now Connecticut and Xavier is a pick 'em now. Yeah, I mean, I stayed away from that game. I mean, me personally, I like Xavier at home. I think they play good at home compared to them playing on the road. But I mean, it could be a close game there. Um, I got Youngstown to cover the -1.5. I know my sister basically took the Detroit U, so we're kind of and people are like, well, why would your sister fade your bets? Well, I mean, hey, we're betting to see, hey, if I bet it this way, she bets it that way. See who's gonna win. You know, somebody's gonna win. If one of us wins, we all win in the end. I mean, it's not like me and my sister are betting against each other and we're like we're having some fucking evil rivalry type shit. No, so we take what we take here out here. My sister stayed away from the Akron game. I took Akron because they've won for me on -3 before, so I figured I might as well take them at home again. Mammoth now it's -4. I mean, even better number, but I like the 5 for Mammoth. I think they're a really good team this year. Manhattan's, they screwed me over when I bet on them, but sometimes you got to bet teams when they're at home compared to when you're betting them on the road. I stay away from Oakland and Robert Morris. Ryder and St. Peter's, like I said, I mean, I've always been a backer of St. Peter's. The money line, the spread. So, I mean, me personally, I mean, I just took a wild guess. Didn't really want to take Ryder on the money line. I figured, well, maybe Ryder will play a little bit, a bit closer than the 7 or 8. Especially these teams both are in same conference, so you know. I mean, sometimes it can be one more sided than the other, but a lot of times it's more closer than the line speaks. But generally lines are made, and they're pretty damn. I mean, they're either right there on the money, or they're a little bit off. I mean, that's the thing about these lines. Like, I'm not somebody that's a capper. That's the thing. Like, you can become a capper and you cap the games, and so that way people bet based on what you cap the games at. See, me, I'm not good at that shit, and I'd have to really spend a hell of a lot of my time, doing all that and investing that and becoming good at that. I feel like if you want to be good at something, you want to you're gonna put all your effort, and you be the best. I mean, why do something and not be the best, or want it, to do your best? Um, Wright State, Wisconsin, Milwaukee. I think Wright State's the better team there. I mean, Wisconsin, Milwaukee. I think they at one point they were in the tournament. I don't know, maybe a few years ago. I don't know. They're just not a very good team this year, as far as record wise. And Wisconsin Green Bay game, I took the under. I figured, well, maybe Wisconsin Green Bay is not a very good team. Just be real. And Iona and Siena. I mean, I took Siena and they won me in the money line on against the Fairfield. Now they're at home against Iona. I mean, that's a tough game. I mean, I really, really, really wanted to bet the money line on them. Nevada and Utah State. You know, Mountain West contest. Nevada's usually a better basketball team. Not so much this year. Utah State's the better of the two teams there, and but Nevada could play them closer than that 11 point spread. And then we have St. Bonaventure and St. Louis. Definitely a good game between the A10. The Bonnies were a really good team last year, and they're still somewhat of a decent basketball college or school. I just think this year they're not as good. St. Louis is the much better team, and even though St. Louis had a big time center that might end up going to the NBA, he got hurt beginning of the season, so maybe they get him back for the tournament here and help him in the tournament run. Fresno State and Colorado State. This is going to be a good matchup here in Colorado Springs. And Fresno State's generally a pretty good basketball school, and Colorado State is really up their game this year in the basketball ranks. It is, so definitely going to be a solid game there. UNLV and Boise State. That's the last game on the night here. I definitely lean towards Boise here. The UNLV, historically they've had really good, significant runs where they've won. They've actually won a title. But I think Boise State's the team to go on that mark here. If we're talking college here. NBA wise here tonight. And just now it's 6.5 now. Charlotte on the spread 6.5. Now the Cavs is minus 6.5. So Philadelphia is now it's 206.5. Good thing we got Nuggets and Celtics is 6. So that stayed. Does the Hawks win by 10 here? I mean, I don't know. The Bulls still minus 3.5. 241.5 now. So, and the Jazz to win by 14 against the Magic. I mean, they should probably cover that, but yeah, that's for the most part. That's the sports night here. That's the sports thing. We'll be back tomorrow to, of course, give you the rundowns on the Super Bowl a little bit here. Maybe find out anybody's hurt, last minute things. College basketball. There's going to be over 100 games tomorrow, so I mean it's going to be a good slate. And I'm gonna have my sister with me, so it'll be more entertaining and fun when it's just more than one person. So best luck to everybody that's gambling tonight. That's prospectively gambling or watching the games and just picking the games. Hopefully we can get some good sports going into the sports weekend. Hopefully we can take care of ourselves. And we know living in this day and age today, man. Tomorrow is never promised. So we gotta live. We gotta live. We gotta live for the. We gotta prepare like we gotta prepare like we're dying. Prepare like we're leaving tomorrow. But try to live. Try to live a good life. And I know it's not easier said than done. And some people have it easier than other people, and I don't have the answers to why that is and why. And maybe that's the reason we just struggle too much because we always want to know the answers and want to know all this when maybe we're not supposed to know the fucking damn answers. Maybe we're just supposed to just enjoy and live this life and just enjoy it, you know? Not make all this fucking crazy shit and then we wonder why are we fucking crazy all the time. But, that's just me just thinking about shit. And, you know, I'm nobody. I'm just some dude, who served this country, was the government's bitch at one time, and now pin me as a hero. Patriotism, patriotism, all this other bullshit. People don't get it. You don't get it, and maybe you'll never get it, and maybe that's not how it's supposed to be. You might say that the Bible's a bunch of bullshit and this is a bunch of bullshit, but you won't say that's a bunch of bullshit. Come on now, people. Let's get real now. Let's get real. Because, in all honesty, what do we know is the truth? What do we know? All we know is lies, or half truths, or half lies, or whatever the hell it is. I mean, have we ever been told the truth? I hope we've been told some of the truth, or else we're all screwed. And wonder why, civilizations continue to make the same mistakes over and over again. I mean, you want history to repeat itself again? I mean, every has been destroyed, and I mean, we all know how the song and dance goes, but it just seems like people just want to sit back and watch it like it's a show and act like they ain't got to participate. Yeah. It's called life, and yes, you do have to participate.